Well, coming to you from the international headquarters of ScottieDTV, but I was out of Steve Holcomb Pro Auto Custom Interiors, and he was just finishing up a 61 Corvette I think y'all gonna like. Let me get the camera turned around, we'll take a quick look at it. Man, that's a cool car, Gary. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's a 61 Corvette, and we took it all down, frame off restoration, put a 427 Dart block in it, small block, Tremec 5-speed transmission, Art Morrison suspension, got Willwood brakes. Of course, Steve did the interior.
What size tires and wheels are you running?
Those are 17-inch wheels. Heck, I can't remember what size they are without looking at it. It's been so long since we've done that part of it.
Right. How long have you been working on it?
Oh, about 5 years off and on.
Has a Corvette always been something you wanted to do, or have you always been into them?
Yeah, I've always had Corvettes and different cars over the years, and I got a mid-year and I was going to do it and started it, and then Susan, my wife, liked these, and so I ended up seeing one of these at Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and bought it and done it. Still got the other one to do.
No, it's a very cool car. Again, tell me what's up underneath the hood.
It's a 427 small block. It's like a Chevy small block, but it's a 427 Dart block.
Is that based off the LS platform?
No, it's not based off the LS. It's based off of the old style.
Okay.
But it's 500 horse. Like I say, you got Tremec 5-speed and strange 9-inch forward rear end.
Did you do any custom touches to it?
Yeah, there's just little stuff you don't see. You know, there's just here and there. There's just things I've had to modify. We completely took everything off the firewall and hid everything. And same way, kind of in the trunk, we got the battery in the trunk and some of the other stuff all up under there, where you don't see it.
Just clean things up a little bit.
Just clean it up. Run the exhaust out the back like the later years. Yeah, just cleaned it up. And
no, it's a cool car. Let's talk to Steve about that interior.
Okay.
Steve, that's a cool first generation Corvette right there.
Thank you, Scotty. It is pretty sharp. I like them. Of course, I like all Corvettes. I'm partial to them.
Right. Tell me what y'all did to this one.
Well, Gary wanted to use the factory seat frame, but he wanted a custom seat.
Okay.
So we took everything out, took all the springs, the hardware and everything that held it up to the original size, and took all that out and remodified it, new foam, and sunk it down really low to where you can set it. But now he can still adjust it and get it up there where his wife can drive it.
Right.
And then he can set it back where he can drive it. So best of both worlds, I guess.
For sure. I'll tell you, of course I love the interior, but the one thing that I like too is that clock.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. They did all that themselves and put that in, was really cool. Of course, we modified all the door panels. He wanted a stock look on the door panels, but custom.
Right.
So we used the original metal, but then made everything else where you don't have any screws at all showing. The only screws that you see is the pre-punched hose that was in the metal from the factory.
Right.
So we just used that, and then everything is just nice and clean and put in place. Looks like an original,
right,
but it's all custom.
Well, and that's the thing with these first generations. You can't go too far with them, and really the seats, right? Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, the door panels are iconic. The dash is iconic. You wouldn't want to change that,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the only thing we do is, we take and cover the dash and
Sure.
French seam it with, we used a red on red French seam on this, and sometimes we do an accent thread, but Gary wanted a red, and it looks good with that car because the car is not overly modified.
Right on.
So it needed, something to sort of resemble back it did in '61. And if you notice too, in the middle of the seats, we made a removable console, sort of armrest console that you can put your cup holders in.
Oh, okay.
So you can pull that out if you wanted to and just set it aside, but it's really sturdy. We just set it down in the middle of the seat so that you can use it. I mean, if you're going to drive a cool car like that, you got to have somewhere to put a drink.
Right.
So, that was something he asked me if we can do, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure we could come up with something.
Well, it's hard to look cool when you're sweating and you're thirsty.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So it turned out nice. I appreciate Gary bringing it. He brought it a long way for us to do the interior, so we appreciate him for doing that. Yeah, it was really neat. And when the trunk, we cleaned the trunk up really neat, and it's got a board that'll lift up, and it's got storage where the original tire, spare tire. Yeah,
How
spare
crazy
tire.
is that?
Nobody, I don't even think you can get a car with a spare tire anymore.
Right? And I was getting ready to shoot it. You said you want to see the trunk. I was like, oh, I forgot. These things have a trunk and a spare tire. No, great job, guys.
Well, I appreciate it, Scotty.
So there you go. It's 1961 Corvette from Steve Holcomb Pro Auto Custom Interiors. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. See ya. Hey y'all, make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.